What's up, everybody? It's the Warrior of Light, aka Alamir, and in this video I'm going to be walking you through the race course for the first annual Chocobo race on June 18th, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'll be going over some of the rules too, and walking you through the course, and even giving you a couple pointers. Some people have asked a couple questions. First off, we're going to be dropping into a private lobby, so I'll give everybody a key, and then we'll drop in. There's not going to be any bots, just because some people might have low HP Chocobos and might already have to be worrying about monsters and a hazard zone that I can't control. So it would be good of you to have a high HP Chocobo if you can. Some of the stats that are going to be important in this race is basically everything but attack. You're going to want hit points, stamina, speed, jump, maybe even, as there's some obstacles you might have to jump over. But you won't have to worry about bots and other players. One of the rules is no attacking. No attacking with Chocobos, no attacking with guns. Some people don't have power nap on their Chocobos. That'd be pretty rude. Kind of a crappy way to lose the race is somebody attacking you off your Chocobo and then you don't have power nap to bring it back. And I ran the race course the other day, and it's about 5 to 10 minutes. So as soon as you lose your Chocobo, you're pretty much done in this race. So if you look at the map, the race is going to be starting over here. There's these two pillars, or these two very large walls that are a perfect starting point for us. And as you jump into the map, there's actually a couple spots that you should be able to go and grab a Chocobo fairly quickly. So if you can get your helicopter as close as you can to this location right here on the map, there's a Chocobo stop right here. There's also one right here, just south of the sewer system. And then there's another one behind the starting line. So there's plenty of Chocobo stops. It might help to have a map up if you're not familiar with the Undercity. It can help you figure out where all the Chocobo stops are. So there's one right here. That's a little bit closer than where I pinged. So right there. And then I think there's another one right here. There's one right here. I think there might even be one over here towards the desolate area. There's quite a few over here. I would try to go for either of these two because they'll get all the racers up to the finish line as fast, or the start line as fast as possible. Now I'm going to have the map for the course up while I run through this so I don't make any mistakes. But the checkpoints are going to be this large mountain over here. And it doesn't matter the route you take, as long as you exit these walls this direction, so headed north, and then you circle checkpoint 1, and then from checkpoint 1 to checkpoint 2, which is Corneo's Mansion, it does not matter the route you take as long as you circle that mountain. So you're going to have to come up with a strategy of your own as to which side of the support pillar you think is more advantageous to go around. From Corneo's Mansion, you're going to go to checkpoint 3, which you're going to want to have the map. I would as you run, bring the map over, and as you hit each checkpoint, mark the next one so you know what you're circling, because this one can be a little confusing. There's quite a few mountains to go around. So you'll go from Corneo's to checkpoint 3, in between these mountains, coming back around, and then checkpoint 4 is the last large mountain that you'll circle. And then the final destination, the finish line, are actually the front doors of the church. And I'll have somebody else over there waiting with the doors of the church open. And it's going to be the first 3 Chocobos that come through the door. Now, there are cash prizes. When I say cash prizes, I think it's $20 for first place, $10 for second, $5 for third. This is all coming out of my own pocket. Sorry, it's not a bigger pool. But it is a 5 to 10 minute race. It's nothing too crazy. So those will be given in the form of either Google Play or Apple ID redemption codes. The $5 one, I'm not sure. We actually might have to give that to you in like in-game gifts. You might just have to send me the skin or weapon skin that you want that's equal to $5, and I might have to send it that way because I don't know if I can get a $5 redemption code, but we'll see. Either way, we'll make sure that you get awarded the appropriate level of Google Play, Apple Card, or at least an in-game gift. If your country doesn't accept those, because I know one person told me that their country they can't purchase it through Google Play or something like that. That's not a problem. I'll add you as a friend, and I'll get you a scan or something in game, however many things it takes to get you to that value if you win like the $20 cash prize. So we'll start right here. We'll be in Discord. you're going to have to download Discord, or you're just going to have to watch for all the other Chocobos to start, because that's where I'm going to give the call, because I'm going to be watching from a drone, so I can't shoot a gun or anything down there on the ground. I'm going to be watching from the sky and commentating as you guys all run the course. So from here, we'll start and go to the first location.
Let's go to that point.
It doesn't matter which direction you think is most advantageous. You can sprint, you can jump. You have to be smart about how you use your stamina and how you use your jump ability, because the jump does require stamina. So be careful what you decide to waste your jump on. But we'll come this way. As I said, whatever route you want to take doesn't matter too much as long as you pass around the checkpoints. Now, somebody did ask me if they're allowed to do this, which is recall a Chocobo. Oops, that was stupid of me. Well, they asked me if they could recall a Chocobo, or sorry, don't do that. Don't do what I just did. Don't send it away, because then you're stuck here waiting 30 seconds. Let me try that again. But what you can do is, if you get up to a Chocobo stop somewhere along the way, you can recall your Chocobo to restore its stamina. I don't know how much that's going to help, but if you want to try that strategy, be my guest. Sometimes the Chocobos take quite a while to actually catch up to you. So,
Let's move.
If your Chocobo's right there, and you dismount, let's say it's out of stamina.
Let's move.
Let me drain its stamina real quick. So your Chocobo has no stamina, but you come up to a Chocobo stop, and you want to know, well, can I summon it again to refill its stamina bar? Sure. Why not? If you think it'll help, I'll allow people to do that. So you could resummon it.
Don't keep me waiting.
And boom, it has its stamina back. It's risky. Sometimes they take quite a while to come back into the game, but now you have full stamina. If you think it's advantageous, you are more than welcome to do so. So as you can see right here, there's some barriers that it might be better to jump around. It might be better to try to work around. You're going to want to hug this wall as close as possible. Probably would have been better to get up on that ledge. But it's all up to strategy. So jumping up there, like I said. Once you pass that first checkpoint, you can mark Corneo's Mansion so you know which direction you need to be headed. It does not matter which way you go, as long as you pass Corneo's Mansion. So if you think it's better to go around the left side, the right side, if you for some reason think it's better to jump up on these pipes so you miss things down below, I mean, this is all whatever you think is best. I wouldn't suggest going the way I'm going right now, but maybe some people will think it's better. But I'm just showing that you can be creative with how you get around or get from checkpoint 1 to checkpoint 2. For me, it doesn't matter. And there is another Chocobo stop along the way, so if you wanted to pull that trick again where you restore your stamina, by all means, go ahead if you think it's going to be helpful. Like I said, sometimes I recall mine and it takes forever to find me again. Like right now, I have no clue how there is. So I've recalled it again and I got stamina. If you want to use that trick, sorry for sharing it, Morbid. Sorry for sharing your trick. But if you think that'll help you, go ahead. That's not breaking the rules. As long as you don't attack another Chocobo or cheat by coming in between the checkpoints, you're fine. You can get as creative as you want. Now at this checkpoint, I know it can be jumped over, but you're going to go along the outside of the wall. So as long as you pass Corneo's Mansion just along the outside of the wall, you're good to go. And at the start of the match, everybody will choose Monk as their class, just so nobody has, I don't know why that would give anybody an advantage. Well, it kind of could, I guess. If you use a ninja to like teleport to the Chocobo stop, if you like jump off, dismount, teleport, blade shift, and then grab the Chocobo. So everybody's going to be Monk for that reason, but also I'd like to do something fun once we actually get into the church. I'm going to put the fight on the jukebox, and then we're going to mosh to the death inside the church, rocking out to the fight on. So that's how we'll end the match. Just an absolute, like a wall of death, just absolutely destroying one another. I'm on the exploration map right now, so that's why nobody's shooting me, and I don't have to worry about the hazard zone. You won't have to worry about the bots, but you will have to worry about the hazard zone. Like I said, it's only a 5 to 10 minute race, so hopefully it doesn't eat all of your Chocobo's HP, because I don't know how many zones we'll have. If we don't make it, because the hazard zone kills everybody, we'll start again and I'll add bots. But I'm hoping we'll be fine without bots, and that the hazard zone will close in slow enough to where we can all complete the race. So this is the next very tall mountain you will run around. And again, you're going to have to make some decisions here. Are you going to... Oh, I guess you could make it all the way around this without having to jump over any obstacles, as long as you planned your route correctly. And just hug this mountain as best you can. I'll see right here, there's a choice you have to make. Yeah, what sucks is if you run out of stamina and you come up to one of these places where you need to jump, you're going to have to walk all the way around. And then the next is that location. So like I said, every time you pass a checkpoint, it would be smart of you to mark the next one, so you know which direction you're going. And again, there's another Chocobo stop that if you feel it's advantageous, you can summon yours again, so that you have a full stamina bar. If you have a full stamina Chocobo, full speed, it might be helpful to do that. Like I said, I don't know. Sometimes I dismiss my Chocobo and it gets lost on the way of finding me when I recall it. So be careful. It's a risky play, but maybe for some of you it'll play out. It'll pan out and help you. There's also another Chocobo stop over here too. There's a couple along the way that you can pull that little trick off. And this is another very tall mountain that you're gonna have to go around. And I'm gonna say right now, don't climb up there. I know some people's Chocobos can probably jump that little cliff, but just follow along the outside of the cliff. Not too many difficult decisions here. And I will be commentating and spectating this whole time as you guys are running the race, watching from above to see who's in first, second, third the whole time. Oh no, see, that's something else. You gotta worry about. Your Chocobo can get stuck on stuff. And I think we might be at about 5 minutes right now. So here's another place where you're gonna want to make sure you have enough stamina to jump. So you come around that wall. And then the last checkpoint is gonna be right over here at the church. So it's a sprint. It's a 200-meter sprint. There is another Chocobo stop right there if you think you need that extra stamina to make it through. I will have somebody who's already opened the doors of the church, and then it'll be the first Chocobo to come through these doors. So these will be open. And it'll be the first Chocobo to cross this threshold. Boom, the winner. I'll come over here. We'll put the fight is on. And we will mosh to the death. Oh, wait. Sorry. Monk. Yeah, and we'll mosh to the death. And that's the course. Super simple. I believe I've sent everybody the map. In my Discord channel, I have a thread just for this race that I would suggest joining. It has all the rules for the race. Super simple. Start, checkpoint 1, checkpoint 2, checkpoint 3, checkpoint 4. First 3 Chocobos across this threshold will win the cash prizes. I'll put the fight is on. We'll mosh to the death. The match will end. Shouldn't take more than 10 minutes for us to run through this. If we all die from the hazard zone the first time around, we'll run it again, and I'll add bots, which will add an extra layer of like difficulty because they'll laser your Chocobos with perfect accuracy. Either way, you're gonna want to have a Chocobo with high HP, stamina, speed, and jump. Jump's probably the least important out of all of these, but definitely stamina and speed. So that is the course. I wish you all the best of luck. I'm excited to see you this Saturday, June 18th, 9 a.m. PST. I'll give you the code in the Discord. I'm going to allow people to drop in last minute because I think we only have 12 racers right now, and some of those also might drop out. And so I want to have as many Chocobos as possible. I'll love the chaos is having a bunch of Chocobos trying to fit through all these locations. I think it'll make the race a lot more fun. So I look forward to seeing you all then. Later.